Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to draw these apple segments. I'm going to roughly draw these so that you have an idea of how the apple forms. We're going to start off with the full apple. So we're going to draw the overall shape of the apple, try to get the sides equal. You can also turn your paper around while you're working, but as a quick sketch, this should do. Don't forget the stem of the apple. And there you go. That is the full apple. You can erase the lines that you don't need, redraw them. Of course, you can label them. Now the next apple you're going to draw is the apple that is cut in half. We're going to apply the same method that we drew the full apple with. So we're going to draw the overall shape of the apple, making sure that, again, we're getting our sides even. Of course, apples are an organic shape, therefore the sides aren't going to be even, but we have to try our best to get the overall shape correct. Add in the stem. Then the next step for a half apple is to draw out the details in the middle. So we're going to start with a V shape almost and draw this line down and then continue it into an inverse V. Draw out the little shape in the middle. This is the core of the apple that holds the seed. It's almost like the letter C and the reverse C. And draw out the seed. Alright, so the next one we are going to draw is the apple that has been bitten. Now again, we're going to do the same exact thing. Draw the overall shape of the apple. I'm going to cut the apple in a bit, fix my shape up. You can think about drawing an apple like a heart. Start from the top and then work your way from the bottom. So the bitten apple essentially is a squiggly line that looks like the letter C. So you can see that it looks like the letter C curves like it. So we're going to draw that. So we have to remember that the bitten apple has dimension, so we need to cut into the C, kind of like a crescent. And erase that line, draw the stem of our apple, and of course the belly button or the core. So there we go, we have the full apple, the half apple, and the bitten apple. Now you have to keep in mind that I'm going to draw these two lines to demonstrate for you. Let's say this is the apple itself. When we bite into the apple, we're not biting it top downwards, we're actually biting it from the sides. So we have to keep in mind that while we are drawing our detailings, our apple actually stays at the same height. Its width changes, but the overall height stays the same. So I'm going to roughly draw a constructive line over here, or guidelines, so that we can draw the core of the apple, or the apple that has been bitten all the way through. I'm going to find my cross sections very roughly to show you. Of course, when you do this by yourselves, you're going to have to be a little more accurate. So we're going to start off almost like an inverse letter U. We're going to cut into this letter U like this. This almost looks like a bat. Now I'm going to find my stem. Draw that in. Now all you're going to do is curve inwards in a squiggly line and then outwards, kind of like, again, a letter C, but at random. Now we're going to do the same exact thing, but the opposite, to the bottom of the apple. Join our lines up. We can darken some of the lines to create depth, and then we can draw out the detailed lines to show the apple has been bitten all the way through to the core. And there we go. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is a slice of apple. Now I always tell my students that this almost looks like an ear. So all you're going to do is draw almost a straight line, curve around, drawing almost the letter D, and then doubling this line up. Make sure it's nice and curved for organic shapes. And then you're just going to draw out that detailing in the middle to show the seed. And there we go.